George Strait. Our time is now 8:55. And joining me live in the studio now is our buddy Don Talley. Hi Don, welcome.
Hey Jewel, good morning.
Great to have you. Don is one of our locals who is affiliated with Whitehorse Black Mountain, who you guys know we love teaming up with Whitehorse. So he's here today to talk mostly about the 15th anniversary show tomorrow. But let's just start off by talking about you, Don. How long have you lived in the Black Mountain area?
I moved to Black Mountain in 1995.
Oh wow, so you're local now.
It's home and it will be home. This is my perfect place. I can't imagine how lucky I am to have landed in such a wonderful town.
Well, this is such a special place, and even though we didn't talk about this in the pre-interview, I forget that this is one of my favorite things to ask people is what makes Black Mountain special to you? What's your favorite thing about our community?
The people.
I agree, and the fact that people really show up in Black Mountain and support the community like Whitehorse, which they should do, but I think that Black Mountain has that unique kind of closeness, and the people here are absolutely amazing. I couldn't agree with you more.
Yes, I just love obviously the physical beauty of the nature, surrounded by mountains, rivers, creeks, streams, Lake Tomahawk. Physical beauty is definitely a part of the attraction in addition to the people, but the restaurants, the music, there's so much to love.
We really do have such a great scene overall. And yeah, that's what I love about our downtown area is that locals show up. And I'm sure you agree at Whitehorse, locals show up to support y'all, and that's so wonderful.
Yeah, they support us in so many ways. Obviously, since we launched our nonprofit this past spring, we've been amazed at how quick it's grown. And now we're well over 200 members of the nonprofit that support what we do to use live music to support and serve the community.
That is so cool. And for those of you listening that don't know, Whitehorse converted to a non-for-profit earlier in the year, and you can buy a membership that gets you into every single show at the Whitehorse. So go to whitehorseblackmountain.com to find out more about becoming a member and supporting the community in that way. So Don, when did you actually become affiliated with the Whitehorse?
When Bob and Hinkle and Kim Hughes opened Whitehorse in November of 2008.
Oh, wow.
Right in the middle of the recession.
So you've been there the whole time.
And I came on board a month after they opened the doors, and they haven't been able to get rid of me yet.
That's so great. So what is your role at Whitehorse?
Well, like in any small business, you wear a lot of hats. I've done everything from cleaning the floors and moving tables and chairs to working behind the bar. I actually worked for several months in the sound booth when we were between sound engineers. I am not a sound engineer, but I was able to fake my way through it.
But you made do, it sounds like.
But probably most of what I've done for the length of my stay there has related to publicity, promotion, website, newsletter, social media, some of the back-end technical things, computer-related stuff. In addition to supporting our founder, Bob Hinkle, he does the booking, but I support him a lot in that role of bringing in artists and selecting artists and communicating with the artist.
Well, I think you guys are so supportive of the artists, and that's why I love that you guys do the open mic night on Tuesday, because it gives local artists a chance to perform on one of the best stages in town and come together and like meet each other. Because I know that a lot of the artists at Whitehorse that meet there end up performing together in the future, which is one of my favorite things about the venue.
Absolutely. We pride ourselves on how we serve the community, but we're also building community.
Exactly.
An open mic is a good example. That's become a community. A lot of the regulars every Tuesday come just to meet and greet and support each other as they get a chance to share 3 songs on stage.
And I know that a lot of the people that have performed at the open mic then end up on things like Locals Live, which we do with Jay Brown. For those of you who don't know, Locals Live is a concert done every other Monday at the Whitehorse featuring our local artists. So that's a really good one to come out to as well.
Absolutely.
Love that one. So what can we expect from the 15th anniversary concert tomorrow? That's happening tomorrow, Saturday, November 4th, y'all. It's going to be at 8 o'clock. So what can we expect, Don?
Well, we've lined up several artists that kind of represent different parts of Whitehorse. We'll have Bob Hinkle, our founder, and his son Zach. Zach's now our director, and they do wonderful music together, so they'll be part of the evening. We have a wonderful young teenage traditional musician, fiddle and banjo. Her name is Bayla Davis. She'll be joined by her mentor and teacher, Carrie Fridley. They'll be sharing some of the traditional music of the mountains. And so that's part of what we like to support, but we also like to support young people. So Bela will be representing two aspects.
So doubling down on that one.
Yeah.
That sounds like super fun.
And then we're bringing a new artist that's never been on our stage to
wow.
introduce to our artist. Her name is Whitney Manger. She moved to this area from the West Coast, I believe in the Seattle area. Wonderful songwriter, acoustic guitarist. She actually has performed with the symphony out there on the West Coast.
Oh, no.
But as many musicians are attracted to the Asheville area from all over, not just the country, but all over the world that choose to make their home here, and she represents that. And we're excited to introduce her to our audience. We're also going to have a poet who's been a big part of Whitehorse and a friend of Whitehorse since our beginnings.
Oh, that's so
Her name is Tracy Schmidt.
Okay.
She's a wonderful poet, and she'll be sharing some original poetry. Big part, again, of what we do is more than just music. We're about the performing arts. We'll also have one of Black Mountain's most loved musicians, David Lamont.
Oh, yes, we know David, definitely.
David does so much, not just for the local community, but for building community around the globe. He's an author. His book on Changing the World is a hugely popular book, just got reprinted in a new format. David also goes and speaks, but David will be performing Saturday night, and I'll mention something else a little bit later about what David's doing this weekend.
Okay, that sounds fun. What an eclectic lineup. This
What-
sounds like such a fun
I should also
show.
mention that we have a local duo called Kubaro. That's Melissa Autumn Rains and Billy Presnell. They actually got started at open mics, met each other at open mic, and they're
Definitely familiar with Billy.
Yes, wonderful. And Melissa actually works behind our bar, actually on Tuesdays at open mic.
Oh, fun.
And so we're real excited to have them back on our stage together as a duo.
Again, that's another great example of people coming together at the White Horse because of open mic night. So cool.
And between each of the musical acts, we'll have different folks speaking, talking a little bit about Whitehorse. Several members of our board of directors will be speaking.
I hope Bob's going to tell some of his stories because I know Bob has some great ones.
One of the things that Whitehorse is famous for is Bob's stories, but they're usually rather lengthy. But Bob's also famous for telling really bad jokes.
That's so
He closes every show by getting up and telling horrible jokes.
Well, I hope he does more than just one tomorrow.
So I'm sure we'll coax a couple of bad jokes and hopefully a couple of stories from his musical history. He was in the center of the American popular music business up in New York. He grew up in West Asheville, had a recording contract before he graduated college, went straight to New York as a performing artist, recording artist, got into management, managed Jay Giles Band, Harry Chapin, Etta James, on, and then came back home to the mountains and opened Whitehorse.
And wasn't he affiliated with Kenny Rogers in some way?
He was the East Coast management for Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
He was managing Jay Giles Band and touring with them when they were touring with the Rolling Stones all
I
over
love
Europe.
them. For those of you who don't remember, they're famous for the song Centerfold. Love
Yep.
that song. I'm such a child of the 80s, and it's definitely up there for me.
Bob has stories about Jimi Hendrix, about
Wow.
the band, who he consulted with the band on their first live album, on and on. He's just filled with stories of interesting, important people in the music industry.
So come on out to this show tomorrow, you guys, so you can hear Bob's stories and see all of these amazing artists. But what's up next for Whitehorse? I know we've got the concert tomorrow, but you guys have a lot on the roster.
Well,
right
we're
now.
starting tonight. We have an international trio tonight representing that part of Whitehorse. They're called Ensemble San Janito.
Oh, fun.
They're coming here. They play an eclectic blend of music, including some traditional Celtic and traditional Italian, but also some early music from the 1500s and 1600s. A little bit of everything. That's an 8 o'clock show, Ensemble San Janito.
That sounds super fun. If y'all haven't seen Celtic music, come on out and see it. I remember when I was over in Ireland, you can walk into almost any pub and kind of
Yes.
get that experience. So that would be so fun to see in Black Mountain. So take advantage of that, you guys. And then I know there's something on Sunday too, right?
Yes, our celebration, our anniversary. It's almost like a homecoming weekend this weekend with multiple
cool.
events, something for everybody. On Sunday, we have 2 events. Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, we're hosting a benefit, and that's for an organization called PEG Partners. Actually, on Sunday, they launched their new name. They'll now be known as Senderos. That organization was founded by David Lamott and his wife Deanna Lamott. They went to Guatemala on their honeymoon and saw the needs in rural Guatemala and founded this nonprofit to support education and building schools in the rural areas. And that's been going on for many years now. And we'll be hosting that benefit at 2 o'clock from 2 to 4. There'll be some Guatemalan music and food. Over our 15 years, we've hosted over 75 benefits for everything from a local need to a local nonprofit to a regional need. We've also done benefits when Haiti had their earthquake, when Japan had their tsunami, we've done benefits. So having a benefit on an anniversary weekend is just representing the heart and soul.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, we love that you guys support our community so much, and that's why at the Bear we love supporting Whitehorse. So how do we keep in touch with you guys? I know that there is, I just talked about the website, whitehorseblackmountain.com. You have a Facebook page, and you mentioned there's an Instagram now too?
We now have an Instagram page, White Horse Black Mountain, so you can find us anywhere.
I was saying for you youngins who aren't on Facebook, because I've been told that the generation below mine does not have Facebook pages. Yeah. So there's options. Go to whitehorseblackmountain.com. There's still tickets available for tomorrow's benefit concert and the other ones that we were speaking about, and a little bit more information about the holiday events going on. You guys are doing a holiday market as well, right?
First weekend of December, that's the Holly Jolly weekend.
Fun.
So we'll be hosting a Holly Jolly market inside Whitehorse with booths, local craftspeople, food suppliers. It'll be similar to the tailgate market on a little smaller scale and indoors where it's warm.
That's even better. I was about to say our tailgate market is coming to a close in a couple of weeks because our weather is definitely turning around. Can't really do the outdoor events much, but that's a really great, opportunity for y'all to shop, support local, and coming out. I'm sure they'll do some music as well on that event. Right?
Actually, on Saturday night of Holly Jolly weekend, we're hosting a carol sing.
Oh, coming out and sing some Christmas
We're inviting all the community to come out, sing together. We'll have hot chocolate, hot cider. It'll just be a wonderful gathering of the community to celebrate as we move into this holiday season.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to come and support, not sing, because I know that Jewel in the morning, it sounds like I have a great singing voice. I do not. So I will leave the singing to the profession.
Here's the secret, Jewel. Before you sing, come have your first beer. You'll sound much better to yourself after the first beer.
That liquid confidence, yeah.
And then the second beer, by the second beer, you'll want to grab the mic and do a solo.
Oh my gosh, I don't see that happening. Maybe an introduction. I'll introduce the people that should be on stage singing. But that sounds like so much fun. So keep in touch with Don on social media, since he, is very involved with Whitehorse on their Facebook page, their Instagram. Hop on the website, whitehorseblackmountain.com, if you want to get tickets to tomorrow's benefit or any of the other events that we spoke about. Thank you so much for your time today, Don.
Well, thank you for having me. Y'all do a wonderful job here. It's always a pleasure to work with 96.1 The Bear.
Thank you so much, and such a pleasure to have y'all support and this collaboration with Whitehorse, because we adore Whitehorse and definitely keep, wanting to support what you guys are doing. So thank you for coming in and chatting with us.
You're welcome.
All righty, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.